Alright, in this video we're back for another first impressions video. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be revisiting a brand called Dumont. And Dumont is one of the fragrance brands that I really started to build an affinity for in this past year. And this is going to be my fourth Dumont fragrance. I have Dumont white, red, and as well as black. And so then this fragrance that we have is their newest release from the line. And this one here that we're going to be talking about, fellas, is Dumont Nitro Elixir. So in the fragrance industry, we always talk about, and one of the things I've been talking about more recently are the trend of elixir fragrances, both from these popular designer fragrances and then now even these Middle Eastern Dupe brands are starting to drop their elixirs. So we're going to try this one out from the Dumont line, and this one is really starting to make some buzz in the fragrance industry and amongst the community. So we're going to get our blind smell reaction, we're going to get through our first impressions, but first and foremost thing is let's get through our unwrapping and our unboxing. Alright, got it unwrapped. So we got the silver box, box. Alright, got her out, and this is the look. So they went with the same Dumont Nitro look. That bottle design went with a little bit more of a modern bottle design. They have a little bit more of a cloth as far as the outer covering, but then the glass is made of the bottle's made of glass, so is the cap to that same Dumont. And this is a magnetic cap here, you see, magnetic cap. So I do like the bottle design, simplistic, but also modern looking at the same time. We're gonna be getting a nice, fresh, spicy. We're gonna get a little bit of a sweet, citrusy, aromatic fragrance as far as this one's concerned. Dumont Nitro Elixir is gonna be a fragrance that is attributed and is supposed to be inspired by YSL, both MYSLF, the EDP, and as well as the Parfum version. So one of the top designer fragrances out in the market that has been dropped, and they have a dupe for it that is only $40. So if we really have that one kind of locked in, then we have quite a steal from the fragrance industry. So we'll get that done and kind of pour off the bottle just without spraying it. You don't really pick up too much, so it's not overly strong, so it is well sealed. That's what I pick up from there. Some of the main notes we're getting in this one, we're getting cardamom, we're getting apple, orange, blossom. We're also gonna get some mint, we're gonna get some pralines, and then we're gonna settle down to a nice amber, tonka bean, and as well as some musk as well. And we got the notes, we got the vibe, we got the setting, we got the inspiration down in the kind of four. All that's left for us to do is to test out the actual fragrance, get to the fun part. So we're gonna go with our initial smell test. 2, 3 sprays off the air. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Definitely, you get that YSL myself DNA, that really strong bergamot, orange blossom, but that pralines definitely adds a little bit of a difference in here. So the pralines in here, you can smell the pralines in the open. It makes it a little bit sweeter. So there is a slight difference. You definitely pick up on that. But as far as the fragrance is concerned off the opening, you're definitely picking up that YSL myself DNA, that orange blossom mixed with that bergamot. You're definitely getting that citrusy opening with that floral vibrance. But then that pralines adds a little bit of a sweetness to it, a little bit of an extra sweetness, a little bit of an extra kick to it. That really kind of enhances everything, makes it a little stronger off there, but a little bit thicker too. Overall, I like what they did there. Overall, I like what they did here with the fragrance, though. Definitely, this is another dub. I'm really liking it. Doesn't smell overly synthetic, and it doesn't seem like it's lessening quality. Dumont has done really good work for the fragrances, and for the price and for the quality, you actually really aren't missing a whole lot. Definitely, you're able to pick up on that DNA. You're picking up on the scent quality. This is definitely a nice, vibrant driver, but because of the sweetness, I would say this one's gonna be a different season. This one's gonna lean more into the fall, into the spring, thus far off the opening, but definitely one for one. Nice opening, nice scent quality, nice DNA that we have going on here. We got the tester strip, so now we're gonna see how it is when we put on the tester strip. So we'll have that right off the strip, boom, we'll get that ready. And as it settles in the air the second time, again, picking up that bergamot again, definitely picking up on the orange blossom. That pralines gives this level of rich thickness, and then when you think about it as well, you pick up a little bit more on the apple the second go around. Spicy cardamom. You don't pick up on so much mint. Mint was one of the notes in here. You're not picking up so much on the mint, so the mint isn't overly strong. But definitely you're picking up on that nice geranium as well. So really nice, vibrant, citrusy, fresh, spicy fragrance with a level of floral component. Definitely, I think this one is more floral than like YSL myself if you're comparing it. Another dupe that is from the fragrance industry from another brand called Zimaya Ecan. Zimaya Ecan is a more simplified version of YSL myself, that DNA. but it leans more on the orange blossom and less on the bergamot, okay? Nonetheless, as we pick this one up and we test it off the test strip, still high class, still high quality. I mean, again, this one's really good. And so this is another Dupe from the line. Again, $40 what I paid for this one. You really can't beat it. When you talk about buying, well, I sell myself $140 to $50 fragrance, depending on the size you get. You're paying $40 for it. You pick up a little bit more sweetness with the pralines here. Maybe a little bit more of a floral component with the dream and the mint. But other than that, I mean, you really are picking up on a nice, rich, classy, fresh, elegant fragrance. Definitely a nice office daily driver. You can also wear this one outdoors too. Wear this out if you're out and about running errands. This is more so sunny weather, but not overly warm. Maybe like a little bit cooler weather. Right now, we're in the cold front of my city, so it's a little bit more of a wind chill. I think this one's definitely more of a fall, spring, even a winter daily driver where the temperature's a little bit down. You want something fresh, but you don't mind just a slight bit of sweetness in there. You know, kind of a sweeter kick in the lure as you walk by, especially with your CRs. I think this is definitely a nice switch up and a change up for a nice affordable price. And definitely 2 for 2, nice opening, nice sort of settled down on the mid. Now all we have to do is we'll come and we'll test this one off the skin. Skin's always an interesting one because that's really what people will pick up on when you talk about how people smell fragrances on you. And at the base, you're gonna get a nice tonka bean, amber, and musk. So how musky does this one get? How sweet does this one stay? As it settles down your skin, do you pick up more praline? You pick up more tonka bean, or is it more on the spicier, fresher side of the spectrum? And is this one a little bit more musky? Is it too musky? So we'll look into all those factors and components as we test this one off the dry down. But overall, off the opening, nice, fresh orange, bergamot, picking up on a little bit of the apple, and then as it settles in, you're picking up definitely on the orange blossom pralines. Is really the main kicker and difference with this one that adds a little bit of a differentiation, a little bit more of a uniqueness. It's not Latafa Camera strong on the pralines, but definitely you could tell that there's a level of sweetness in this fragrance. So if you don't want your fragrance overly sweet, maybe don't go for this one. Maybe get your nose on it first. But if you don't mind, maybe you think that YSL myself that DNA, maybe that's my Ecan DNA is a little bit more simplistic and you want a little bit more of an aromatic touch, but a little bit more of a sweet touch, this one definitely is one for you to get your hands on. But as we try this one out on the skin, yeah, muskier, a little bit of the tongue, people more leaning into the amber and musk on this one, and a little bit more green, so like a mossy sort of a vibe. So a little bit more of that, you know, that warm, richer green, not like a patchouli green where it's smokier, right? But a little bit more on that mossy, sort of outdoorsy, foresty feel. But nonetheless, like this one off the skin, especially off the skin, to me is very good. It's really masculine too. It's not overly playful, not over really bubblegummy sweet for a more aromatic, fresh fragrance. But nonetheless, guys, 3 for 3. This is another Dove from the line. Definitely get your hands on this one. This one is Dumont Nitro Platinum. So again, opening was great, mid was great, dry down is great, 3 for 3, high quality, high class. Definitely, I love Elixir fragrances. I love what Elixir fragrances bring to the fragrance industry, so I'll do it. There you go, guys. First impressions of Dumont Nitro Elixir done and accounted for. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow button so you get notified anytime I'm dropping new fragrance content. Let me know whether you're trying Dumont Nitro Elixir or what is your favorite Dumont Nitro down in the comments. Make sure to hit the follow button. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day. Much love.